Okay, guys, this is Rodrigo from DJ Tech Zone here at the Denon DJ booth with a brand new Prime 4 all-in-one independent DJ system. And Jay from Denon DJ is going to give us a tour of this brand new unit and show us around. So, Jay, microphone for you.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Okay, so there's a lot to cover in here, so I'm going to keep it as concise as I can. So at the very core, this is a 4-channel, and I should stress, the world's first 4-channel standalone DJ system, completely independent of any laptop. Beautiful 10-inch, 8 high-definition, multi-gesture touchscreen, so it gives me the ability to zoom in, pinch and zoom. We've got a library view to give us full access to all of our libraries. Swiping songs, so anyone that's kind of familiar with the SE5000 will have the same functionality. It's part of the Prime family. It's the much bigger picture of what's going on here. So to kind of whiz through and go around the mixer, we have got 2 dedicated mic channels here with a 3-band and 2-band EQ and dedicated effects. And it's important to stress that these 2 are dedicated and independent from the 4 channels. So you get 4 channels of audio plus 2 microphone channels as well. You don't use any of the channels. So you've got 6 audio sources that you're going to be able to manipulate. I should say as well, within the settings, there are a lot of settings to be able to kind of customize what happens here, attenuation, talk over, resume, etc. Then we go down to the FX sections. You've got FX1 and FX2 on the other side. You've got 14 different effects. A lot of people will see they're very familiar names that you've got in there. And then you've got 13 parameters that are adjustable. They will all change depending on the type of effect. Then we come down more down to the player. So you've got your auto loop section. So, like you have with the SE5000, it will show you the parameter, activate the loop, deactivate the loop, manual loop. You've got a sensor down here. The ability to switch between deck 1 and deck 2. Obviously the standard transport controls, including beat jump, which you'd also expect. On the jog wheel here, what we've got is this beautiful HD display in the middle, as people will be used to from the SC5000. We go down to the performance modes. So we've got hot cues, so these are your pre-saved hot cues, your pre-saved loops. Select that again, and then you've got the pre-assigned loop parameters. You've got the loop roll section, so the green ones are straight time, and the purple ones are in triplets. You've got the slicer mode here that gives you that ability to jump and remix on the fly. You can also hit the slicer mode again, and that will then loop that 2-bar section or 8 beats. Going up to here, so we have got the time stretch. So this again will go up from 4% all the way up to 100%. This is the same DAW quality time stretch algorithm. Like the quality of this is phenomenal. You're going down 20-30%, and it's still retaining the musical key and also that EQ and dynamic integrity of that song as well. You're hearing those kick drums. You're hearing that kind of those hi-hats and the vocals, even at kind of really extreme kind of movements as well. So let's moving on to the mixer section. So what we've got down here is a mixer that has been built and designed from the ground up. We have our effects routing section, so 1 and 2, depending on which channel that you want. We've got the gain or trim. We've got a 3-band EQ, which gives us the ability to, within the settings, to do a total kill or just a kind of bleed through, so it's shelving it off. And this will be slightly new. So as well as the effects that we've got here, the 14 effects, we've got the sweep effects. So these are all assignable here. So what we've got here, so we've got the filter. And again, that can go to a total kill. We've got the wash. We've got echo. And that's post fader as well. And noise. And with both the noise and the filter, you can adjust the volume and the resonance of the filter within the settings. I'll whip through the settings, but there's loads of customization from a utility functional perspective, but also from a user preferences section as well. So what I'm going to show you now is the ability to adjust the key of the song, and this is again a first for hardware. There is the option to be able to do this within software, but this is the first time it's been done on the hardware. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select 1A, and what we see at the top, need to switch the key lock on, hit 1A, and then up the top here we've got this menu. So I can go up 12 semitones and down 12 semitones as well. Now, what I can also do is if I hold down the key lock function on the other deck, I can actually do key sync matching as well. So there's two functions here. One is to be able to change the key of the original song, and the second one is to be able to actually key sync as well, which is like, you know, phenomenal for a piece of hardware. So coming back round to the mixer, coming up to the top here, we have got the master output, and we've got this zone feature. So this is a very big feature. This is one that people have been getting very excited about. So basically what happens here, I'll do a very quick walkthrough about how this works. So that essentially you have got the ability to send a stereo output to a completely different location or room. Use it however you will. We're actually very interested to hear how people are going to be using this. But what I'm going to do here is give you a little walkthrough. So I hit zone on here, and then what happens, I get a message. This will stop playback on deck 4, so it's using the 4th deck. Going to hit continue, and then it's waiting for me to give it a playlist. Go to the library view, pick a playlist, and I'm going to select, let's pick one with a few more songs in it. There we go, and I select send to zone, and now that zone output, that playlist has been sent to the zone output. So all I need to do, select deck 4, hit play, and now that is playing. So you can think of many applications, you know, give you a classic scenario, you know, wedding DJ might be set up in the main room, and then he's got a room, like, you know, a nice room where they're coming in, might want more classical, more chilled stuff. You might want to set up for like a kind of cocktail hour in another room. You know, I'd love to hear what you guys think that you could use it for, because there's literally so many applications. Live Facebook stream, you know, a barbecue at your friend's house, you know, use it as you see fit.
Basically, you don't need to have 2 setups.
No, exactly. Yeah, you don't need 2 setups anymore.
Or you can even have for one location, you can have your playlist that is the pre event if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can just work or have it separated.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It doesn't mix up with the rest.
No, it's completely independent. So you'll be able to provide music to another room while still having 3 channels to DJ with. Now, this is a great point to be able to show you the library feature as well. So if I go into library, I can now edit playlists. This means that I can move the order of the songs, I can remove songs if I want, and I can also create a new playlist as well. So if I go in here, select create playlists, hit create, and there you go. So let's say I want to take those 3 songs, hold that down, drag it to the test playlist, finish it, and there you go. There's those 3 songs in the playlist. So I can now, you know, DJs will, you know, more often than not, you know, be organised as they go in there, but things always happen. You know, something catches you up. This is that opportunity to be able to kind of fine tune and adjust those, remove a song, create a manager playlist to be able to, you know, take care of library management. It's up to you. Okay, so we've covered output, we've got the effects, we also got the ability to edit your beat grids as well. So like the SC5000, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to load a song, it will be able to analyze the beat grid, the BPM and the key, give you all that information. If the grid for whatever reason isn't right or needs editing, you just hold that down, edit the grid, take it off again, and that grid has now been saved. All right, so let's kind of have a little look through the front. So what we've got here is the ability to switch each channel between USB or line. So what we've got here is we've got 4 line analog inputs, of which 2 of them are switchable between phono and line. So you can have 2 turntables. This is also DVS ready, so you'll be able to do DVS once the Serato compatibility comes out, which is coming very soon. Moving down a little bit further, we've got the fader start, and we've also got the crossfader contour adjust there. So for scratch DJs, you want that a little bit shorter. For mixing blend DJs, you've got that as well. Let's have a little look next about the connectivity that we've got here. So what we've got at the top here is we've got 2 USB slots. We've got 2 at the back, 2 at the top, so 4 USBs. We've got an SD card slot, so that's 5 devices that we can plug in. But what we've also got, you see that bay there? Yeah. That is the ability to install a 2.5-inch SATA drive. And we're recommending like a 1 terabyte SSD drive. You can put more in, but we're recommending a 1 terabyte off the back. It's still a hell of a lot of music you can put on there. You can pretty much fit your whole collection on there. So there's the ability to internally store that music, which is a phenomenal feature. We've had some really kind of amazing feedback so far from that, along with the other features.
How do you update the SSD?
Very good question. So once the SSD in, so a very brief step-by-step, you'd need to format as FAT32. Then once it's in there, there's a USB-B port connection at the back. You connect that to your laptop. Once you go into here, you go into the source mode, and you switch this little laptop icon here, which puts it into controller mode. Then you open up Engine Prime on your laptop, and it sees this SATA drive as it would do just a normal USB. So you just drag playlists and crates and songs as you normally would. You eject it as you normally would. This then kind of restarts and comes back into normal mode. Done. It's very easy. Probably the biggest hurdle is going out and buying the SATA drive. Once you've done that, it's very simple. Exactly, yeah. So you can connect up to SC5000s or SC5000Ms. There's no hub in the back of this like the X1800, so you need to get an external hub. When you plug that in there, they will be able to share the music from the media devices and also the preferences, but the waveform information would be seen locally on those devices.
You still have a huge...
You've still got a 7-inch screen. You're just going to have to make do with a 7-inch screen. We've made it, we've made it with a 10-inch screen. So while we're talking about that, why don't we have a little look at the back, and so we can see the connectivity. So running through here, obviously we have our AC power supply in the back here. Here's the power button. Then we've got the 2 USBs. The bottom one is actually enough power to be able to power a phone, or iPad, or a device. The USB slot, so this will be used for connecting to a laptop. So one use would be to update the SATA drive with media, and also it is Serato DJ ready. So when the Serato next update comes out, you'll be able to use this connected to Serato if you want to. We have the link output here, which gives you that kind of Prime family connectivity to SoundSwitch and Resolume. I would strongly recommend going and have a look at the videos that we've put up there. They do far better justice, especially for Resolume, to be able to showcase how powerful this connection is. It's just really unbelievable. Resolume is a VJ piece of software which enables you to assign any effects, and SoundSwitch is the lighting control to be able to give you automated or mapped out lighting control following your waveforms. So moving along here, so these are 3 stereo Neutrik XLR professional balance XLR outputs, one for the zone, one for the booth, one for the master. The master also has a balanced RCA output as well, which is switchable between stereo and mono. Here are the 4 analog line inputs. 3 and 4 are both switchable to line and phono. Obviously a ground terminal for turntables that you're plugging in. And then lastly we have the dual TRS and XLR microphone inputs as well.
Okay. Tell me about the price. It must be over $5,000 for all this, huh?
Very proud to say that it is not. It's going to be $16.99 US and we'll be shipping in March.
Euros?
Euros, $14.69, I think.
Oh, you're not doing the Apple thing.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Make more money.
Is there something you didn't put into this machine?
Coffee maker.
Exactly. Apart from that, it has everything.
It does have everything indeed. And look, it's important to understand that, this is part of the Prime family. This complements the SC5000, the M, the VL12, the X1800 mixer. This is showing kind of Denon's commitment to that ever-expanding Prime family. And, it's going to be a big year for us. And we're another big year for us. And we're going to be very proud to see how it all pans out.
Thank you so much for the overview. Very nice.
My pleasure.
Good luck with it, and looking forward to test it out myself.
I hope so, yes. Pleasure, thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent, nice one, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much.